Hey, welcome everyone. Tom here from Park Avenue Trading, your chief dealer keeping you sane in these insane markets. I think I'm going to have a little treat for you guys. And what it's going to be is I'm going to be opening up what's a proprietary software tool that I have on the website. It's called Tau of Price Thrust Indicators. And I'm going to explain to you in the video exactly what it is, where it comes from. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to showcase my brand and try to show you that I'm offering you something that gives you a positive edge. And this is not just, rehashed, recanned stuff that you see elsewhere. This is actual market systems or, the study of the internal market structure and how it generally works. And the way that thrust indicators work is that it's based off the fact that, and I said I wasn't going to get into this, but it's based off the fact that parabolic moves really rarely occur. They occur about 15% of the time when a market breaks out and starts to truly trend. And most of the time, between 75 and 80% of the time, a marketplace is in a range. And what the thrust indicators are going to help you with with Fibonacci levels. They're also going to help you with pivot levels. If you want to do daily pivot levels, they'll also help you with the daily high and low calculations that I taught you guys about in a previous video. I mean, you can use them. You can even use them with moving averages. And I'm not a big fan of moving averages, as you know, but they add a price component to a moving average. So they work pretty well with moving averages. And I don't use them there, but people that are big moving average fans, they have found great success with this because before a market, a 20 against a 50 turns down, you're going to have a price point that's showing you resistance, whereas the moving average is moving up to that price. Well, now you got a sale level to help you get into a trade before the moving average turns down. And a lot of this was based off of, like I first started studying Hirsch cycles like back in like 990. I was studying everything, and they were quite complicated. And then I really found that like cycles themselves weren't really too much help for me because I was a day trader, and these people are talking about 5 years. I had not, there's no way that I was interested in anything like 5 years forward. I mean, how are you going to prove that anyway? The market's going to be, to hell and back before anything happens. So I'm going to go over in the next video the Tau of Price Thrust Calculator. You're going to get to see it, and then you're going to have access to it so you could actually use it. I'm going to use it with Fibonacci levels. I may even use it with pivot levels just to show you basically how it works. It's a very simple thing. You just input a low and it gives you resistance, and you input a high and it gives you potential support. Now, this is one component of Tau of Price. Tau of Price, basically, there's an indicator that gauges thrust. So if you have a low in the marketplace and the market surpasses that first thrust indicator, it's showing strength that most likely it's going to the next thrust level, and then so on and so on. So basically, Tau of Price itself is looking for breakouts. It's looking for the time that the marketplace is starting to trend. Now, if you're trading an hourly chart, 200-point movement in your favor is a pretty damn good day trend, right? So it helps. Now, if you're trading dailies, 400 or 500 points in your favor is a really good day trend. So I look to seeing you in the next section of the video, because I don't know, somebody's piecing this together because I wanted to show my beautiful face and Saul Goodman behind me, my trusty cow. So I'll see you in the next section. Cheers. Hey, welcome everyone. Tom here from Park Avenue Trading, and welcome to the Trend Degree Calculator Introduction, a tool that can actually enhance your Fibonacci trading or your pivot point trading or even your trading with moving averages. So I'm just going to do a brief video on this, and I'm going to show you the calculator and how it works. But generally, let me give you an overview of the calculator. The whole idea back in the day was we were looking for an ability to basically figure out where we were on a bell curve. Markets generally move so far from a mean and then they kind of snap back, but also the mean's also a moving middle. So, there were a lot of traders that were playing with mean revision, and some of them blew up, like long-term capital management, because there is the time when the marketplace basically explodes and it doesn't snap back to mean. And the biggest opportunities in Forex trading happen in the tails. So when a marketplace really goes extremely high, and I'll give you an example. A great example would be recently was sterling yen. I'm going to put my hat on. All right, put my hat on. My bald head, man, is bothering me. Anyway, sterling yen going to 200, and what was the high that we had this year so far? I should know that off the top of my head. 208.10. All right. Sterling yen running to 208.10 and then crashing down to 180. That was insane. That was the marketplace slowly went up and outside and then went into the tail and then snapped back, went beyond the mean into the other tail, creating another opportunity to get back in for the marketplace to kind of go back to the mean. So that happens only about 20% of the time. Most of the time, we're in a trading range, and a trading range could be 400 pips. Fine, okay, but that's not the point. So hang on a second. So if I pull up a good old bell curve here, and don't mind the stuff on the side, it's just basically I'm working on the Fibonacci trading course, so you see some of those slides. But anyway, what I mean by the tails, okay, is where the heck's my drawing tool? Right here. Hang on a second. Here we go. The tails are over here, and on this side, over here. Now, generally, the marketplace stays somewhere in between two standard deviations. Now, there are many, I think 𝐬𝐻 channels are based off of two standard deviation movements. Sometimes when they fall out of the bands, it could fool people because they go, oh, we're breaking out of the lower band, therefore lower. Well, if you had trend degrees, you'd be able to basically figure out where we were on that band. At what point were we inside the band? Were we close to this? Were we somewhere over here? Were we somewhere over here? Were we over here? Because there are many different points that of the mean, okay? And the mean is always like, I hate to quote Gann, the mean was always like vibrating. It's always, and price is vibrating. Now, the mean acts like a magnet, pulls price back, pulls price back. There's the old saying, everything moves back to the middle, but the middle is a moving target. So hence, I want to introduce you to good old Tau of price thrust calculator. And what we're going to do with this is I'm going to open this up to you guys. I'll give you the website address. It used to be protected, but now you could use it. And you can mess around with it. You could ask me questions about it. I'm looking for a little bit of engagement. What I'm trying to do really here is I'm trying to show you my brand and like how it is completely different than anything else out there, because it's based off of proprietary trading systems that I built with my team, at 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭. And when I took the job as proprietary trader, I could no longer use any customer orders. Not that the bank had many customers, they didn't, but it was always nice to be able to fall back on, Ferrero, the Tic Tac company that made Tic Tacs, or, you know, Alfa Romeo or Peugeot. They would come in and they would help out a lot because you knew what they wanted to do, and you could shade the price and make money off of it. When I went and started a proprietary desk, I couldn't do that anymore. I had to come up with trading systems. And the first introduction to this, really, I have to say, was Peter Borish. And he worked for Paul Tudor Jones, and he talked about this. He was a big cycle guy. He believed in cycles. And, he, at the time, he was looking at the 1929 stock market, comparing it to the 1988, 87, 88 market. And he was trying to draw correlations between the two. And he was predicting a big market movement down, and it did happen. I don't know the exact date of it, but Paul Tudor Jones caught that because they were both thinking the same thing. Now, whether or not it really had to do with cycles, I can't say for sure, but I do know that they made a lot of money off of it. So this is kind of a variation of that, because in order to calculate these prices, we had to come up with a mathematical formula that gave us basically fractional standard deviations. So let's just put it to work, okay? And let's go to the chart, okay? What I did here was, let me shut this off. And this is a currency I don't really trade. What I did was, I took this top and I measured this leg. Okay, that's all I did. Now, when I do the Fibonacci video, that's just one part of doing this. There's, you got to get to get confluence of points. Trend degree calculator can give you a set of confluence of points immediately. You don't have to go look. You don't have to recalculate. You don't have to try to figure anything out. The trend degree calculator is going to give you confluence of points. So if I go here and I take this low, let me shut this off. This low is 172.77. I put the price low in here. I come up with the first level, 173.43. Let me write that down, or else my brain, I'll forget. Even though I take nootropics. 173.43, 174.09, and 175.40. That's fine. What this calculator is basically doing for you, it's going forward. It's basically saying if you break 173.42, the next upward resistance is 174.09. Now, you could say, oh, great. So let's just look at the chart. And as you notice, this is the first fib level. I took this and I threw the fib level up. So hang on a second. Okay, so I just put the fib tool on here, and you notice the confluence of points is right at the 0.382. Now, the next level we have in trend degrees is 174. And that's going up right up to basically right here. It's basically saying it's overextended at 174. Now, if it gets through 174, it's on its way to 175.40. But now the trend degrees is giving you confluence of points. So if the marketplace is in a downward movement, and I'm not saying this is a downward movement, this is Swiss franc. I don't even know what this is. What is this? Swiss Japanese yen. Okay, I don't trade that, but this is only a 1 hour chart, so therefore it's not really that important. It's great for day trading, but it's not really overall looking for trend. But anyway, this calculator will give you confluence of points. Now, you could also use this with pivot points. You could use it with moving averages. I don't have any moving averages, but I could show you, if you have your favorite moving averages that you like to look at. Also, if you like to look at Kettner channels and things like that, use the Tau of Price thrust calculator to basically pinpoint where the moving average, like your upper average, is actually meeting resistance, so you could get into a trade way before it crosses. It's a big help. You know, if you get an extra 30 pips in your pocket and it crosses, now you got time to think and watch the marketplace. And you could also use it the opposite way. You know, you could actually take this high. Now I can't show it because it's being cut off on this video because I am such a professional videographer. But you could do it. I'm opening up this tool for you so that you could actually use it, play around with it. Leave some comments for me. Tell me how you like it. Ask questions. I'll be happy to help you with it. Now, this is part of the Tower Price course. Now, Tower Price also has what's known as a thrust indicator. So it's designed basically to determine when a marketplace is breaking a standard deviation, is going into the next standard deviation. That's not this. This is for tight. And you could even make it tighter if you want. You know, every little movement down you could use. Every movement, you know, up here you could use to see where the support should be, vice versa. So I hope you liked the video. I hope you enjoy the tool. I'm going to open it up to you guys. And remember, enjoy the party, dance near the door, head over to Park Avenue Trading, get yourself a free ebook. Look to talk to you soon. Cheers.